Hello everybody, today I am back with my last baby craft video for you. Today I have been using the lovely bling chain from Baby Craft. I think it's the 3mm Aurora Borealis or AB crystal. It's on a gold casing and it's absolutely beautiful. So I'll be using that. I've also used some of the beautiful AB crystal rhinestones or crystals in the gold casing. These are the sew-on crystals, but you can just glue them on as well. They're really beautiful. Look at that. I'm quite sure they're 6mm. So I've used some of those. I've also used the bead cap kit from Baby Craft, together with some of the pearls and also the lovely chandelier crystals. From Baby Craft that have been sent to me previously. So let me show you what I've made today. The first two things I've made, they've just dried, so they are yet to be finished completely, but some of you may recall I found some business card holders when I was out thrifting, and they were just black on top, and I thought I'd like to alter those up, but I didn't want to go over the top too much with them because they're the sort of thing you put in your purse and you don't want them to catch on anything, and if you have it two-dimensional then things will start falling off, and that, you know, that's not going to look very nice, is it? So what I've done is I've used the beautiful paper from Craft here, and then I've gone all around the edge of the paper with the beautiful chain, crystal chain. I'm trying not to get too much of a glare. I have gone over the paper with the Mod Podge Dimensional Magic, and I'm just getting used to that, and I'm thinking tomorrow, after it's cured for 24 hours, I will put another layer over that as well. I was a bit scared that it might seep out of the chain when it was drying, but it didn't. It just stayed put, so that's what that looks like. I also, on some of the flowers, I don't know if it's picking it up, I put a little bit of Wink of Stella, just the clear glitter, going around some of those flowers, but I'm not sure if that picks up in the camera or not, but I think they turned out quite pretty, and that's a wonderful way to use that small crystal chain. And of course inside, once the front is dry, I'm going to be gluing that to the top there, and I thought these would be nice to put a little gift card in. Maybe I'll send those to my daughters or something like that, or if you have a crafty friend and you can buy, like I think Michael's and Joanne's over there in America, and perhaps Lincraft and Spotlight over here in Australia, you could send a gift voucher to your crafty friend as well. So they're the first two things. I'll just give you a close-up. You might pick up that glitter in there, and like I said, once that first layer is completely dry, I will put another layer of that dimensional magic over the top. So I'll just pop those out of the way. And the second things that I've made are some boho beads. I have never made boho beads, so I thought I'd give that a go. Very simple ones, actually. The first one I've made is this one here, and I've used the bead caps in gold from Baby Craft. I've used some sequined fabric. Can you see the stripes of sequins? It's really pretty, with a little bit of pink fabric underneath that. I've used some of the bling chain around the top here on either side. I've just put a few beads and a little curl in the wire down the bottom there, and just a loop at the top to join it to whatever you want to join it to. So that's the first one I made. And the second one is this one here. Once again, some pink fabric. Then I went over it with some pink lace, and then I've spiraled the chain around this one using the same gold bead caps, lobster clasp at the top, and just a little dangle down the bottom on this one of the BB Craft pearls. I think that's probably a 6mm pearl, and just my own bead on the bottom there. So that's the second one I made, and the third one I made is a little bit different. This is the third one I made. When I was looking for the pink fabric, I came through across this shaggy. That's what it looks like. It's like that. This shaggy pink fabric that I have. It's just all in sections, and I thought, well, that might be fun. So I've made a long bead out of that. I've got 3 lines of the crystal at the top there, and once again the gold bead craft from BB Craft, my own swivel clasp, and a lobster clasp on the end there too. I did put a bead at the bottom to stop the wires from coming through, and these were very simple to make. I didn't follow anybody's tutorial. I just did what I thought at the time, and all I did was I rolled up some paper, put glue on it, plenty of glue, which makes it quite hard. This one was too big, as you can see, so I made smaller ones for this, and I used a wooden skewer to roll it up nice and skinny, so that it would still allow me some room to put on my fabric over the top and still fit inside of the bead cap. And they're fairly strong. I would say the more tightly you wrap it and the more glue you use on it, the stronger they would be. So that's what I've done there. And I also made a chain tassel. I also made a chain tassel this time, and because the gold bead cap was a bit small, I've used 2 different color tones metals. I've used the silver and the gold in this one, and I think that looks quite alright to put on the side of a journal, or you know, something like that, or even your purse or whatever, or a lace book or something like that. And that's just attaching all the little chains together. I think I have filmed making this. I wasn't going to do a tutorial in this video, but I will attach it to the tutorial just in case anybody wants to know how I've done this particular little tassel. So I'll just move those out of the way, and the last thing I've made using the lovely crystals is a Tassel Doll, and I think she turned out very, very pretty. I had an image on fabric, so I cut around her, and she's on 2 layers of cardstock. I have used the laces and the appliques from DC Scrap and Rooster, and I will put a link also to her channel in the description box below. So all these appliques and things and the laces are from Neri's. The little flower here is from Michelle, and then we have the beautiful AB crystal, and I've got it on this seam binding just attached down there. There is the chandelier crystal. Now I saw, and I honestly I can't remember who made it, but I think I saw it on Siobhan's channel when she was having her challenge. I think somebody sent her a banner and it had a crystal drop on the bottom. Could have been Olivia. I really can't remember who it was or what video it was, so forgive me for that. And if one of those ladies sees it and it was, please let me know. So I've used that in it as well because I really like that idea, and it adds some weight to the tassel as well. I've used some mesh, and that mesh was from an applique from Neri. I've put a pearl on that one. That's an 8mm pearl from BB Craft. They're the laces I've used. I've attached a little applique down the bottom here. On this one I've used the lovely AB crystals again, and a little bit of the chain there, and one of my own little metal flowers. And I've used some of the AB crystal chain over here in the tassel, and this particular tassel is, if like, I know some of you like watching my thrifting videos. Quite a long time ago I found a door curtain, a very long door curtain, and it was made up of all these little fringes. It's like this. It was made up of all those, and so that's what I've used for my tassel, and it's really pretty because it has light green, pink and creams in it, and a goldy color as well, so it goes really well with it. So that's what the front, these things are rather hard to film properly. So once again, Neri's appliques there. I have the image. I have used the Wink of Stella. I thought I'd give that a go. I've used the gold around her necklace there, and it's so fine and it works wonderfully well, because she's got pieces of jewelry and then she has an earring. So I've used the gold in those places there, and then on her little headband here I used the clear. And then this little part at the front of her hair is actually the top of a key charm, and I just cut the key part off, and it just fits there quite nicely. So let me get up close so you can see those glittered jewels, and see how the glitter on that very fine line. It worked perfectly. Very happy. I had to hold myself back because I wanted to do everything with glitter then, but thought, no, control yourself. So that's I've put some seam binding for a hanger up the top there. This is another of Neri's appliques, and at the back I've just got the other. The applique was quite long, so I cut it in half and used the other half at the back there to make that look pretty as well. So that is my tassel doll that I've made using the wonderful AB crystal chain and the larger AB crystal jewels as well from BB Craft, and I hope you like that. And like I said, I will have a small tutorial on putting this little chain dangle charm together. So take care everybody, and thank you so much for watching, and thank you BB Craft for sending these lovely products for me to play with. I've really enjoyed it. Take care everybody. Bye bye. So I thought I would try my hand at making a bead, the chain, a tassel, and I was going to glue it, and then I thought it's not going to work very well glued, so I have glued it on, but I'm going to put some stitches in there because I know that glue's it's not going to work very well. All I've done is got myself about that much ribbon. I have cut the bead at the bling chain at various lengths. The longest is approximately 4 inches. So then I just made them shorter and staggered them. They're not perfect, and I've got the longest there in the middle. I don't know why, it's just where it ended up. I have glued it to this bit of ribbon. I've got an eye pin here. Please excuse the glue on my fingers. I have an eye pin here with a tiny little gold bead, and I have just secured it, glued it to the ribbon and wrapped the ribbon over. So that's where I'm up to. I wasn't going to film this, but I've decided to film it. So that's secured in there. This chain is glued on, but like I said, I have a feeling that's not going to hold very well, so I'm just going to go ahead and put a few stitches around these bits of chain so that that will secure it on. And I am using the beading needle because it does tend to go through things a lot easier, especially this because it does have the glue on it as well. So I'm just putting a stitch over each one of those pieces of chain. I've done the first two. I'll go and do those 5 and then I'll be back. Alright, so I've stitched, you can see the little stitch line at the back there. I've stitched those on, and I'm just going to say I am glad I glued them on first because that was really fiddly, and it kept them in place. So maybe gluing them on first is a good idea. I'll leave the thread there in case I want to stitch them all. I don't know if this is going to work. I hope so. I think it would make a pretty little tassel to do this. I'll just take a stitch. There. Twist it around. I'm just going to trim that end up a bit more, being careful not to cut my stitch. I think I'm going to angle that up and then put a bit of glue to stop any fraying on the edge there. Stitch. Probably not recommended to go through the glue there, but I did. Let's see how that goes, hey? Let's just... Oof. Okay. Fingers crossed. Okay, let's see if that does something. Okay, that's not too bad. Don't think. I think using a smaller ribbon would have been the better way to go. I don't think think I have a bigger bead cap. Unless I mix metals. Unless I mix the metals, I wonder what that would be like if I used that bigger one. Because that sits over the top of it. Like that. Then use the gold one on top. Like that. And then use that one. Like that. Do we need any more? What do you think? Maybe just the little gold one on top. It's really hard to see in this light actually what that looks like, whether it looks any good having the silver one in there. Doesn't look bad. I don't like that one on top though. Maybe not that one. Maybe another silver one on top like that. That one looks alright. And then not that. It's just a teeny tiny little gold one on top. I think so. That might work. Okay, okay. Son laughing in the background, if you heard that. He's on school break at the moment. So. Okay. Okay. I've got to be careful because these eye pins are very weak. They're not from BB Craft, they were my own. I'll just put a lobster clasp on there. So I have to be very careful. Okay, well, it worked. It worked. Trying to think what I would use instead of a ribbon up there. Maybe just a different size ribbon, but it's not bad. It would look cute on a glamorous journal or something, wouldn't it? And I like the different lengths of the chain as well. And with that bead cap, you could probably do a couple more. No, probably not, otherwise it won't fit. Okay, thank you.